Hey everyone, welcome back to Micro Adventures. Ellie and Josiah here. Today we are bringing you a full body workout that is going to target your abs and your outer thighs. So let's get it going. One black spring to start. We'll begin in a reverse floor wheelbarrow. So knees will be on the floor in front of your front platform. Hands will come to your carriage. We're on one black spring, if I did not say that already. So finding a nice strong plank in your body, shoulders away from the ears. Make sure your knees aren't pressing up against the front platform in an uncomfortable way. If they are, just scoot them back. We'll start to send the carriage out nice and slow, 2. Nice and slow, 3. Pausing on 4, feel the tension in your abs and your lats. Slide the hands back in, slow, 2. Slow, 3. And 4. Now, where you place your hands on the carriage makes a difference. So inside edge of the carriage, kind of where Josiah has his hands, you'll get a little bit more spring support. For an extra challenge, you can walk your hands closer to the back edge of the carriage, and that's going to be a little bit more intense. Just make sure you're feeling the tension in your abs and your lats, not your lower back. Okay, so we're squeezing our abs in and around our spine to protect and support our lower back here. You can squeeze the glutes a little bit. That will help lengthen out low back, and then squeeze the inner thighs. That'll help you get a little bit more into your core. In 4, we're gonna find our challenge point and hold. In 3, 2, find someplace challenging to hold. We're gonna pulse the carriage out an inch, in an inch. You're here for 10 seconds. Hands are gonna stay. Toes are going to replace our knees. We're gonna find a reverse floor plank in 3, 2, and 1. So tuck the toes right where your knees were. Lengthen out, full plank position. From here, we're gonna slowly pike our hips up 2, up 3, pause on 4, heels are still lifted. Now bend your knees for a bear. So lower the knees right beneath the hips, good. Then lengthen back out into your plank. Awesome. So this is a reverse floor pike into a bear. So at the apex of our pike, we lower the knees down and then we lengthen back out into plank. About halfway through this one here, check in that the shoulders are staying relaxed. They're still here. We've got all these sparrows circling us today. It is an extra special, magical day at the park. Not sure that you can see them because they're kind of small, but they're here. Maybe you can hear them. Let's go 10 seconds. We are going one red spring, and we're gonna get into a reverse floor mega wheelbarrow with a push-up. So your knees are gonna be on the floor in front of your front platform, hands on the carriage. I'll walk you through it. It's one red spring in 3, 2, and 1. So set the knees down. We go one red spring, knees to the floor in front of your front platform, hands to the carriage, set up like a wheelbarrow. Okay, now we've got this heavy spring tension. So super slow, send the arms forward, 2, out 3, and 4. Try to keep the rest of your body perfectly still. Slide the hands back in, nice and slow. And once the hands are beneath the shoulders, we're gonna drop and do a push-up. Slow as you can. Ooh, nice work, Josiah. That was like extra super duper slow. Perfect, that's what we want. So now we've got this spring tension. It's challenging our muscles a little bit different way. I want you to really focus on keeping the rest of your body perfectly still. Right, so think about when we do like a walking plank and we don't want our hips swaying side to side. We really want to stay really steady here in our torso so that our core is firing a bit deeper. And then actively think about your abs just hugging in and around you, like someone's hugging you around the waist. Use your core to just hug your midsection. In 4, we're gonna find our push-up. We're gonna lower halfway and hold. In 3, 2, bring it down halfway into that push-up and hold. Give me a little pulse up, shoulders out of the ears, strong core, hips are not dipping, lift them up. You got 10 seconds. We're gonna have a seat and get into a bungee crunch. So turn around, grab your bungee. In 3, 2, and 1. So turn around, have a seat on your front platform. You'll grab your bungee in between your hands, chest is lifted, and we're just gonna go ahead and start to hinge and slightly round back towards the machine as far as you can, right? Maybe topping lower back to the machine, and then using your abs, keeping chest lifted, we'll round ourselves right back up. So shoulders are out of the ears. What the bungee is doing is it's giving us a little bit of support here so we can make this a really big range of motion. We can keep the tension in our abs and out of our hip flexors. Now, if you don't have a bungee, you can always just do this rollback without any assistance from the bungee. In fact, that might be a little bit more challenging. You could always grab a hand weight, but we're just rounding back and up, right? Anytime we get a little bit of a crunch going through the abs, we're working our six pack. In 4, we'll take it back halfway and hold. In 3, 2, find your halfway point, find your challenge point, squeeze your abs super tight. We're gonna take it back an inch, forward an inch, back an inch, forward an inch. Keep going 10 seconds. This is in your abs, not your hip flexors. We're getting ready to lower all the way down onto our back. We're gonna get into some bridge lifts with the legs nice and wide. Here's 8, here's 7, ditch your bungee in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, scoot your hips really far forward so you can set just your head, neck, and shoulders down onto the carriage. You're gonna walk your feet out as wide as they will go, knees and toes in their natural turnout. And from here, hands come to the carriage just for a little bit of support. We're gonna lift our hips up into a bridge position, right? And then push the carriage out just a tiny bit so you can feel that spring tension. Drive into your heels. See if you can flare your knees out just a little bit wider, and your toes and your knees point the same direction. Core is on. From here, slowly lower your hips to touch the front platform. Drive through your heels, squeeze your glutes, lift up. Now, if you prefer, you can flex your feet and lift your toes up so that you're really getting that squeeze. You can also walk your feet out and forward a little bit more. That's gonna get you a little bit more work for the hamstrings here. But we're targeting the outer glutes in this turned out position. In 4, we're gonna lift it up and hold. In 3, 2, 1, lift it up right here, hold. Now just squeeze your glutes, drive through the heels, give me a little pulse up, little pulse up, little pulse. You got 10, 9, 8, drive through the heels, keep flaring the knees open and wide. Here's 4, 3, 2, hold it up. From here, top of your bridge, just take your knees, flare, wide, hold. A little flare of the knees, wide, hold. So if you've ever done a bar class, it's a really small movement. You're just layering in the squeeze on top of the squeeze before it. So just squeeze, hold. Little flare the knees wide, hold. Little flare, hold. Here's 4, here's 3, 2, hold your bridge, drive through heels, lift the hips a little higher. From here, squeeze your glutes up, hold, flare the knees out wide, hold. Lift, hold, flare, hold. Lift, hold, flare, hold. Lift, hold, flare, hold. Keep it going. You're just layering the muscle tension and intensity here. For 4, for 3, for 2, hold at the top, hips lower all the way down with control, a little tap, and then drive through heels, squeeze, glutes, lift up. Take them down, drive through heels, squeeze, lift up. Is it lightly raining on us?
Yes, it is.
I think it is. In 4, we're gonna lift and hold. In 3, 2, lift, hold, flare the knees wide, hold, tuck, hips, hold. Flare, tuck, little flare, tuck. Keep going. You're gonna finish out with these little flares, these little tucks here. You've got just about 10 seconds. We're gonna stand up. It will be right foot on your front platform, left foot on the carriage. We're going skating right side. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently set the hips down, come up to standing, right foot on the front platform, left foot on the carriage. We're gonna sit down halfway into a squat. Left leg, slowly send the carriage out 2. Slowly out 3. Slowly out 4, pause, resist in nice and slow. Okay, so we did those bridge lifts to really get our glutes to fire up, to warm them up, to turn them on. And that is the focus, right glute in skating. So really shift your weight back into your right heel. Your right glute is reaching down and back to the floor behind you. And then you're not only just sinking the weight back, but you're actively pushing your entire right foot down into the front platform the entire time you're here. And the harder you push down through the heel and the outer edge of the foot, the more you're gonna feel your glute fire. Shoulders back, we're not tensing through the head, neck, and shoulders. Good, abs are on here. Think about length through your spine so you've got a nice long line from the crown of your head through your right hip. In 4, we're gonna send it out halfway and hold. In 3, 2, halfway out, hold. Reach your right glute down and back an inch. Drive through right heel, lift up an inch. Right glute shifted down and back an inch. Drive through the heel, squeeze up an inch. Keep going here. Left leg is nice and steady. We're building the tension in our right glute. That is your focus right now. You're here for 4. You're here for 3, 2, hold your right glute down and back. Keep the pressure in the right foot down into the platform. Go full range on your skate. Left leg all the way out, and then resisting right back in. Keep reaching your right glute down and back. We're gonna hit a quick set of standing outer thighs, and then we're going into a side lying leg press for our right leg, and that's gonna be the finisher for the right leg specific work, okay? We'll get right into the left leg after that. In 4, hold the squat. In 3, 2, hold the squat. So you still have some space between both legs, weights even in both legs. Drive through your heels, slowly lift it up. We're going right into standing outer thighs. So start to press the carriage out, tipping forward at your hips. Shoulders are rolled down your back, chest is open. Pause at your furthest point, then slowly resist it in about halfway. Send it right back out. So we're gonna work in this end range because you don't have a lot of time in this set of outer thighs. Okay, you're working pretty evenly here through both legs. So find your furthest point, maybe look at the numbers on your rail as a guide. Resist it in just halfway. In 4, we're gonna send it out and hold. In 3, 2, right here, send it out, hold. Tiny little pulses. Turn on your abs, soften your shoulders, squeeze the outer edges of your glutes, seal down outer edges of the feet. We're going side lying leg press, step forward to the floor, turn around, lie down on your left hand side facing the machine. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we'll step forward. You're gonna lie down on your left hand side beside your machine, and then your right foot's gonna find the carriage. So you wanna kind of scoot your body pretty close to the machine, and then you want your right shin really close to the carriage, so it's just hovering off the carriage. I like to place my right hand onto the handlebar in front of me, left hand beneath my head, and you can find a 90-degree bend in your right knee to start. So that means my knee is in alignment with my heel, and I've got a 90-degree bend. Now from here, option to float your left leg if you want a little more inner thigh. Lift left side waist away from the floor just a touch so you're engaged through the waistline. Push into the right heel, slowly send the carriage out. 2. Slowly send the carriage out. 3. Your furthest extension out on 4 without straightening the leg all the way. And then resist in nice and slow. 2. Nice and slow. 3. Nice and slow. 4. You're gonna stop once you find your right knee is directly in front of your right hip, and then push it back out. Check in with the right hip and just kind of roll it slightly forward so it's stacked right over the left hip. And really focus on driving through your heel. That's gonna help you get the most work in the glute. Now, if you need more resistance, you're gonna scoot your body towards the back of the machine. Less resistance, you're gonna scoot past your front platform. Right, so scooting towards the back platform gets you more resistance. Scooting towards the front a little bit more. In 4, we're gonna find that 90-degree bend and hold. In 3, 2, 90-degree bend in your knee and hold. From here, really stabilize the heel. You're just gonna lift the knee up an inch, lower down an inch. The carriage isn't moving, we're just squeezing the upper outer corner of your glute. Little lift, little lower. Little lift, little lower. For 4, for 3, 2, knee right in line with your right heel. Send the carriage out halfway and hold. Now float your left leg up, lower the left leg down. Float left leg up, tap it back down. Squeeze the inner lining of your thigh. Try to move from the inner thigh. Check in that your head, neck, and shoulders are relaxed. Core is nice and strong. Hold the float of the left leg. Give me a little pulse. Left leg pulse. Little pulse, little pulse, little pulse, little pulse. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Hold the float of the left leg. Send the right leg out all the way to straight. Resist it right back in. 15 seconds, full range of motion. We are going skating left side. Left foot on your front platform, right foot on your carriage. In 5, stand it up. In 4, 3, 2, 1, stand it up. Left foot on the front platform, right foot on the carriage. We're going right into skating. So sit your weight back into your heels. Left leg skates it out. Nice and slow. 2. Nice and slow. 3, Furthest point on 4, pause, absorb the resistance slowly and with control. My goodness, it was just lightly sprinkling on us and now the sun is like blazing. Gotta love springtime in Oregon, but really it's summertime in Oregon. It's June. Feels like springtime. Let's focus in here, left leg. So I want you to sink your weight back into your left heel and I want you to seal down the outer edge of your left foot. Actively drive your left foot down into the front platform the whole time. It is about your intention to drive the foot down into the machine that is going to get your glute to turn on. Great job here. In 4, send it out halfway and hold in 3, 2, find that halfway point with your right leg, left hip, sink your glute down and back an inch, drive through left heel, squeeze up an inch. So move from the glute, reach your left glute down to the floor behind you, drive through the heel, squeeze, lift up. Keep it going, little pulse, 1 inch in range, building the pressure and intensity in your left leg. Focus in on the left leg. You're here for 4, you're here for 3, 2, sink it down and back, roll your shoulders out of your ears, open up your chest, turn on your core, go back to full range skating, send it all the way out, resist right back in. 25 seconds here. We got that short set of standing outer thighs. And then we'll get into side 2 of that side lying leg press. Do you want to give that leg press a shot on this side, Josiah?
Sure.
Okay, cool. That'll be good. You guys can see where Josiah sets up. So I'm about 5'5". Josiah is much taller. So different setups. Let's go. Hold your squat in 3, 2, hold your squat, drive through your heels, slowly straighten the legs, keep the space between the carriage and the platform, standing outer thighs. Press the carriage out, find your furthest point, pause, resist it in just halfway. Okay, so we're working this end range, which means we're keeping the carriage out pretty far the entire time we're in this move. It's your furthest point, just halfway back in. Seal down the outer edges of your feet. You're working pretty evenly through both legs here. And core is on, right? So wrap your abs in and around you like a hug. Shoulders away from the ears. In 4, out hold. In 3, 2, find your furthest point, hold. Tiny pulses, build the pressure and intensity. You will step forward to the floor, turn around, lie down on your right hand side, left heel at the back edge of the carriage, side lying leg press in 3, 2, and 1. So step forward to the floor, then turn around facing in towards your machine, lie down on your right hand side, and it's your left foot that's gonna find the carriage. So you're pretty close in, and we're just gonna get into this position and hold. Okay, so the setup on this is kind of a lot, which is why we're here a long time. When you have your left knee bent in front of your hip, it should be a 90-degree bend in your ankle. If it's not, you need to scoot a little closer into the machine to increase that bend or scoot away. Good. Right hand is supporting your head. You're lifting right side waist away from the floor. And then if you want to float the left leg and turn on the inner thigh, that's another option. Roll your left hip slightly forward so it's stacked right over the right hip. And then your shin is really just hovering off the carriage. We'll start to send the carriage out nice and slow. Good, finding your furthest point with a soft bend in the knee and then slowly resisting in. So this is a lot of work for your left quad. You're really gonna feel it in the quad. We do wanna focus on the glute as well. So if you're not getting a 90-degree bend in your left knee, you need to adjust your body either closer to the machine or further away so that when your knee bends, it does come to 90 degrees, right? And if you're unsure of what that looks like, this is a 90-degree bend, right? The knee is right over the heel, 90-degree bend. Good, in 4, we're gonna hold the knee bent in 3, 2, we're gonna find that knee bent right in front of the hip. Good. Now we're just gonna lift the knee up half an inch, down. Little flare up, down. Keep the carriage steady. You're here for 10, 9. Focus on the upper outer corner of your left glute. Here's 4, 3, 2. Knee right in front of your hip, right over your heel. Now send the carriage out halfway and hold. Build the pressure in the heel. Bottom leg is gonna lift up, tap down. I want you to use the inner lining. So it's your right inner thigh that's lifting, left heel still pressing into the carriage, holding it steady. Good, we're just lifting and lowering the bottom leg here.
But you're getting wrinkles.
Josiah says he's getting wrinkles from the sunshine. Gotta wear that SPF, babe. In 4, hold the right leg up and hold in 3, 2, right leg up, hold. Give me a little pulse with the right leg. Little pulse, little pulse, little pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the float of that leg. Go back to full range of motion with the left leg. You've got 20 seconds to go here. We're gonna finish out our legs with some outer thigh squats. And then we got a couple quick little ab moves and we're done. Practically there, people. Let's go 10 seconds. We're gonna stand up, face whatever direction you want. 1 foot on the platform, 1 foot on the carriage. We're going squats. In 3, 2, 1. Quickly stand up, 1 foot on the front platform, 1 foot on the carriage. Get some space between the carriage and the platform. Sit down into your squat and just hold. Meet me in a squat hold. Feet, body weight is evenly distributed between your feet. Hips are reaching down and back. Glutes are reaching down and back. Seal down the outer edges of your feet. Now see if you can send the carriage out, maybe half an inch, maybe 1 inch more. Weights evenly distributed. Find your lowest point in your squat. Now drive through your heels, squeeze your glutes. Lift it slow, 2. Lift it slow, 3. On 4, you still have a pretty big bend in your knees. Take it right back down. So think about deepest squat, about a 3/4 of the way lift. Okay, deepest squat, 3/4 of the way up. This is really kind of our end range. We got a couple little holds here. In 4, we're gonna find our best squat and hold. In 3, 2, best squat, hold. You have 30 seconds in this hold. Okay, shoulders relaxed, recommit to your core, weight drives down through the heels. Give me a little flare the knees wide. Little flare the knees wide. So when you think about flaring your knee wide, you're rotating from your hip bone. So it's the entire thigh bone that's opening out to the side. Good. 8 seconds to go here. We go back to full range in our squat. In 3, 2, 1. Drive through the heels, slowly lift it up. 2, slowly up. 3, 3/4 the way to standing on 4, and then you take it right back down. Good. So that was our long hold, 30 seconds. You've got another hold coming your way. It's going to be just 15 seconds. Right? We're working to build the pressure and intensity. Can you send the carriage out 1 more inch? Give it a try. See what you can do here. Maybe half an inch. Recommit to your core. Soften your shoulders. Give me your best squat in 3, 2, 1. Your best squat, hold. This time, no movement. Just flare the knees out wide. Hold. Send the carriage out half an inch further. Hold. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Go back to your squat. We're just lifting 3/4 of the way out of the squat and then down into our deepest squat. Beautiful job. 30 seconds left on your legs. We are going 1 black spring. You've got a walking wheelbarrow. Knees will be on top of your carriage, hands to the floor. You can also do this on no springs. Let's hold that squat in 3, final hold, 2, 1, bring it down, final hold. Maybe send those arms up overhead. 10 seconds in this squat. 1 black spring or no springs to make it a little more manageable. Walking wheelbarrow in 3, 2, 1. So 1 black spring or no springs to make it a little more manageable. Knees on top of your carriage. Hands are gonna start on the floor. You're gonna find that kneeling plank position, and then you're gonna start to walk it down towards the back platform. Right, once you get on the back platform, just go ahead and give me a wheelbarrow. If you wanna walk the hands over the back platform, great. And then walking back up, we'll find that wheelbarrow again anytime you come to the back platform, and then we'll take it back. So hands straddling the monorail, walking back until the carriage hits the front platform. Just be mindful of your toes. Try to keep the hips nice and steady. You've got 15 seconds here. We're gonna meet with our knees on top of the carriage, forearms on the back platform. We're going into a giant reverse kneeling crunch in 3, 2, and 1. So forearms onto the back platform, knees on top of your carriage. Push down through the forearms so you're slightly lifting your abs away from the floor already. Shoulders set away from the ears. Inhale here. Exhale, navel to the spine, start to crunch in. Nice and slow. Inhale, lengthen it back out. This time, exhale, you're gonna find your crunch. Listen up. We crunch in all the way for this point, and then we're just gonna come back out halfway. Crunch it in all the way, just back out halfway. So we're working that half range of motion. Think about this just like a sit-up, just like a crunch. If you were laying down on your back, we're just flipped over. Your abs are doing all the work to pull against that spring. Okay, if you don't have that one black spring on, make sure you've got it on. It's gonna get you that little extra resistance as we finish out class here. Neck is relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. You've got 10 seconds. We are meeting in a giant reverse plank. We're gonna finish out class in a giant reverse bear. Option to add a push-up. In 3, hands to the back platform, toes to the carriage. 2, giant reverse bear. Hands to the back platform, toes to the carriage from here. Bend the knees in towards the chest. Perfect. Slowly lengthen back out into your plank. Option to drop in a push-up. Beautiful. So the bulk of our upper body work today has come from our planks and adding in these push-ups. Now keep in mind, if this is a little too intense on the toes, you can always take it down to the knees. We can do 1 wheelbarrow, 1 push-up as a little combo. Awesome. This is your final 30 seconds left in class. So whatever you've got here, strong through the upper body, strong through the core, turn on your legs, lengthen out your spine, finish it out strong, finish how you want to feel, right? Burn it out right here. This is everything you've got. Scoop through the low belly, find your abs. 10, 9, 8, keep it moving. 7, don't jump the count. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose, you are done. Sit your hips to your heels, stretch your arms forward. Melt your forehead down. Take a couple deep breaths. Such a great job, everyone. Let's gently make our way up to a comfortable seat as you're ready. And we'll just seal in class with a couple of deep breaths, as we always do. So shoulders down and back, lift your chin up off your chest. Inhale, circle sweep, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, deep breath in, circle sweep, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Awesome job. Great work, you guys. We'll see you back next time.